Just sitting here thinking about when I first woke up to the craziness in this world and what it felt like. And I know a lot of people are probably feeling this way after the Mike Brown situation and everything that's gone on in the recent past. And you're looking at the TV because most likely when you first wake up, you're still watching TV and doing a bunch of other stuff. But my point is, I remember once it just clicked, I was madder than a motherfucker. I was pissed. I was so mad. I couldn't even I couldn't even get on the internet. I couldn't watch TV. I couldn't do nothing. I had to just sit in, silence or quiet or just something and just dull it all out because I was like, holy shit. This has been going on for how long? And I could have been doing this and this and this and this and this. But that's a whole nother story. It's just I remember looking and once I noticed what symbology was and the different meanings behind it, it's like that movie with what's his name? Roddy Piper, the wrestler guy. What was it? They Live. That shit is the truth. That's real. That's how it is. Once you start seeing the symbology, you see that shit everywhere. And once it clicks, it just clicks. You can't just turn that off. People are like thinking that they can, get a glimpse and then just shut that little glitch trigger off, and it don't work like that. No. What is seen cannot be unseen. It's there forever. You can't not unsee it. So then it starts popping up even more. And then you start piecing things together like the symbology and the different things behind everything on the news or everything in even social media has gotten to the point to where it's filtered and controlled, so it's hard to really get valid information from anywhere. And that just leads me back to the feeling of, in the Bible they talk about the 7 years of tribulation, and I feel that that's what we're in right now is the 7 years of tribulation. That's what this is. That's what we're going through. Everybody's going through a test, and if they don't adjust properly, they're going to get, retested and retested and retested until they evolve or level up or get past whatever it is. And I think the major test behind all that, and it's big amongst, the people that are conscious. They're like having a conscious pissing contest. Like, oh, I'm more conscious than you. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna piss first, and you're gonna go after me. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this. Guess what? Oh, you know this? Well, fuck you mean I know this. It's just bullshit. Everybody is so at each other. I do the shit too, but I'm just trying to do the shit to be funny. I'll post certain things online talking to one certain person. And that one certain person, it's not always the same person, but that one person knows exactly what I'm talking about and is laughing their fucking ass off. It's like, oh my god, that is just hilarious. Ha 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 type shit. And then I got a bunch of other people that have no clue about how to talk without talking. And they're looking at it pissed. They're like, oh, this bitch talking about me. And I'm like, this is not what's happening. Who told you that lie? Who told you that lie? I never said anything about you. Nah. What? Excuse me? Why you think this about? Why you being so vain, dog? But it's for real. That's a lot. I'm sure other people that are online and internet conscious spreaders and activists, they experience this too. So it's just one of those feelings that I think can be shared amongst us because it's just everything. I've noticed it a bunch. I've noticed it amongst several different, conscious groups, because I try to look at everything. I want to know everything there is to know about Asia 1 month. And then I move on to, you know, Kemet or Kush. And then I go from there to Ethiopia. And then after Ethiopia, I'm going to go to Australia. You know, we're going to go everywhere. I want to know all of that. You know, I don't want to be stuck in one little culture, because once I've learned to be able to accept any information that I find as useful information, because I don't believe the universe will give you anything that you're not meant to have. If it's something as little as someone saying something to you, or something like you read something somewhere, you're driving down the road and you see a sign and you're like, oh man, look at that sign. That makes a lot of sense, billboard, while I'm stuck on the side of the highway or wherever it may be, you know, whatever. It makes sense to be able to grab a hold of that message and take that sign and apply it to your life. Because why would, you know, certain religious people are always talking, well, God works in mysterious ways. Well, conscious community knows that the law of attraction can work in certain ways, and God works in certain ways. And the people that don't believe in God, they can be all like, shit happens. But we can't deny that you learn from everything. Everything is a learning opportunity, no matter what it is, no matter how big or how small. And until people learn how to utilize that and appreciate it and respect it, they're not going to understand what it means to be fully conscious. Because if you're going to tap into your spiritual potential or your mental potential, you got to be open-minded enough to accept that you could be wrong at some things. Sometimes I say some shit and I'm so passionate and like, this is bullshit, and I find out later it really wasn't that serious. And then I'm like, well, damn. Shit. But it happens. You know, you got to be able to accept when things like that happen, and it's time to, you know, bite your lip or bite the buck or whatever they call it, when you eat your pride a little bit and apologize or admit when you're wrong. Humble your motherfucking self. How are you gonna sit somewhere and talk to somebody and try to teach them something, and you're just all over the place because you're angry and you're mad and you're pissed off, like, fuck this one, fuck that one, they're a douchebag, and this guy sucks, and like, what the fuck is that? You know, and you can be an empathic, and once you become conscious, empathy is one of the first, you know, major things people feel. It's like empathy is that trigger to make you just wake up, you know, and people feel it behind your posts. If you're constantly posting crazy ass fucking nonsense about some anger shit, people's gonna think your ass is one angry motherfucker. Not like, they're gonna respect you and appreciate the knowledge, don't get me wrong, but they're gonna be sitting there like, this motherfucker has got some issues with their anger. Why are you so angry for, man? Shit happened to you, doc. That's what I'm thinking. I'm sitting over here intrigued as a motherfucker with these people that are all angry all the time on the internet. Like, tell me what happened to you. I want to know your story. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. What made you so angry to get into this? Because anger is one of the driving forces behind people that are conscious or people that are spreading the truth and knowledge. They find it and they get pissed. And they're like, this is some bullshit. And they're either, fix it, Jesus, fuck this shit, or whatever they may say. You know, because there are some conscious Christians. I'm confused a little bit when it comes to some of what they say, but I respect that. You know, I'm not Christian. I don't claim religion. But it just seems like there's so many highly opinionated people, and all they want to do is argue. They're like, oh, that's bullshit, or oh, this is this, or, you know, sneak this and going under comments and being like, tee hee hee, or fuck your feelings, you know, without saying that. But it's there. You know, it's bullshit. People are just always just angry. And they got to be able to know that step 2 is you got to get it out there. Yes, you're mad. Get it out. Express what you need to express, and then move on. You got that out. The anger's there. You left that alone. Now you need to, as a real, true deal, conscious person, you have to transmute that energy and turn it into something else. You have to go, that's a shitty situation. It's bullshit. This is wrong. We got to do something about this wrongness. How are we going to change this? Because you cannot get a bunch of angry people all pissed off about one thing. Pisses a motherfucker like, I hate this shit. It's bullshit. I'm ready to burn shit down. Fuck your mother. Rah! No, you ain't going to get much out of them but more anger. You got to have that anger, and you have to use that energy that comes behind it and think of strategic plans on how to make your vision become a reality. And if you're so angry, your mind is clouded and you're going one-sided with the situation. You're not putting your full spin and the full truth behind your passion for whatever it is you're talking about. It's drowned by anger. Humble yourselves, conscious people. I know it's difficult, and because I was one angry motherfucker when I first, snapped awake. Angry as shit. I said it a minute ago. I was pissed. I was saying all kinds of shit that, I knew what I was talking about in a sense, but I was saying it in a way that wasn't compassionate. I was saying it in a way that didn't express not only my feelings about it, but other people's feelings about it. I wanted to be, understanding. I wanted to have, I gotta go. I wanted to be able to have patience and have people understand what it really means to be conscious. And you can't do that angry and pissed off. You just can't. 13 Love Internet.